Dive into Agrimony. This is a beautiful, beautiful ancient herb with a long history, almost considered a cure-all herb. That's how much application it has had historically. We tend to very much identify it anymore with wound healing. It is used in both Europe, North America, and Asia, so it's got a lot of world application here. This is a plant with a lot of variation, and we're going to dive in and look at three, and we're specifically going to look at this plant in terms of its wound healing history and some applications. We're talking about Agrimonia eupatoria, that's the European variety. Agrimonia chrysopala, that is the North American variety. And Agrimonia pilosa, that is the Eastern or Asian Chinese variety. And this is a plant that likes the northern hemisphere. So that's where you're going to mostly find it. I think the farthest south I'm aware of would be like North Africa. So you're kind of there and up, if you will, globally. And this plant has been used in the Middle Ages on battlefields because it stopped bleeding and helped form clots. It has a lot of silica in it. So this is fantastic for healing cuts, abrasions, lacerations, things of that nature. And given the amount of battles that were going on in the northern hemisphere, where this plant, can be largely found, right there you had something to help keep somebody alive or help them heal. It has really wonderful. It's a blood tonic. It's been used internally for that, but it has, antimicrobial, anti-inflammatory, antihistamine, vulnerary. That's a fancy way of saying it heals wounds. So those are its kind of Western verbiage application. Mildly astringent. Again, that idea of helping to pull the tissues in so you're not losing fluids and including blood. Traditional Chinese medicine, similarly in TCM, stop bleeding, relieving liver qi stagnation. Now this is when things are getting clogged. So while you want a wound to heal and gather, you don't want stagnation to occur. Blood stagnation can lead to intense pain, qi stagnation, lots of aching. So this will help ease that part of injury healing and conditions altogether, purify the blood. So, you're talking here wounds on a battlefield, nosebleeds, hemorrhaging due to trauma, spitting blood, uterine bleeding, bleeding gums, dysentery, so that's blood in the stools. You get the idea. Kind of, if you've got blood going on, this is one of the go-to herbs for sure. In France, during the 15th century, it was used as an ingredient in a very famous eau de arquebusade, and this was a healing water that was used for treating gunshot wounds. And the arquebus being a type of handgun. So this is still in existence, but now it's used for sprains and bruises, injuries, and that sort of things. So you can see this has a lot of wonderful healing potential. Both, all the cultures, North America, North Asia, and Europe, all these parts of the world are making use of this plant. So it's a good one to have around, maybe in your medicine cabinet, and it has a lot of other applications. Go visit whiterabbit.instituteofhealing.com and find out more about this ancient healing herb.